Well, Skills has to have a huge day for the dudes, let's face it. He's had a big season so far. 11 of the team's 16 goals belong to him. Joe Fresh is behind him at 4 goals. Ralph only the 1 goal in the 16 games they've played. Something has to change. He needs a lot of help if they are going to win this match especially.
You ready for me to blow your mind?
All right, what do you got?
You brought up Ralph. 4% shooting accuracy. Not 24, not 14, 4. If they're going to win, he has to find the net.
Tadpole is off the hook. We have a new line in the rival series. It is the Ralph line. It is not pretty, but we are underway in game number 1. Series starts 0-0. Perhaps new beginnings as Ralph throws one at the backboard. And he will miss this on the side, but Skills is there, lobbing one in. Mist should have this away easily. He does, but only as far as Joe Freshness with the challenge. Joe now cannot get that ball out to Skills, who has to turn and challenge that. Even with Ralph coming up, could be trouble for the dudes, but Joe makes the save.
Yeah, one thing you want to keep your eye on for the Birds and the Bees is their ability to turn something into nothing, or nothing into something, rather. They can turn into high-powered offense on the turn of a dime, so watch out for that. And look at this passing play from RLCS, but unfortunately no one there. Joe Freshness just bombs it downfield.
We've seen a lot of teams over the past few seasons, Subi, that can turn something into nothing.
This is true. This is true.
Birds and the Bees do it on defense all the time. This one lobbed in, though. Joe missing off the backboard. Nobody really took the bait, and there's no follow-up attempt either. Mist bombs one downfield. He could follow this himself. Kicks out in front. Hogster throws to the corner. And that was with D00ds coming on as well, so maybe a little miscommunication from Birds and the Bees. And we remain scoreless about a minute and a half into our opening game of the night.
Yeah, it just feels like the Birds and the Bees are trying to feel out what the dudes are working with on the defensive end. So far, a little spaced out are the dudes, and the double tap from Hogster finds the net.
Yeah, Hogster here, indirect to himself off the ceiling. Sometimes you got to improvise. He does that perfectly. And when you got a player that's that confident, it is so difficult to defend. Unassisted goal to start things off.
Yeah, and if you're on the defense, you got to get up sooner. Any ball that's heading towards that backboard, expect a double tap coming, especially from the Birds and the Bees. All 3 members are absolutely mechanically gifted.
Joe Freshness to the corner. Challenged by D00ds, but Joe can break out here if he's not beaten by Mist. Hogster popping one up there. Skills will have to climb up for it. D00ds dunking another ball back in. No real follow-up for Birds and the Bees. Seems like they really are waiting for the dudes to throw the ball downfield and start their own counterattack. Missed with a double touch to drop that down for D00ds, but I don't know that that second touch was what he was looking for. And now Ralph will try his luck out of the corner, trying to set up Skills. He's the leader of the dudes, but he can't score here.
Oh, and a good touch from Joe Fresh, and just put it over to Skills. He gets the touch, but Ralph a little too slow to rotate in. I love the idea of the passing plays that we're seeing from the dudes. They're gonna have to change stuff up as we've seen all season long.
We are about 30 seconds away from a milestone. You had a stat earlier, Subi, that would blow everybody's minds. This one could too. Skills scores here, though, to tie the game off a great indirect pass from Joe.
Yeah, the main scorer for the dudes, and no one home for Birds and the Bees. Tie ball game. You do not want to give the dudes an opportunity to take game 1. That is going to be so demoralizing if you're on Birds and the Bees.
Ball bomb downfield by Mist. Joe is up to grab. He may need to recover very quickly, though. Missed. He missed. D00ds on the putback, and Birds and the Bees are back in front.
Oh, and this is what Birds and the Bees are so well known for. Look at Hogster going in, just trying to disrupt the flow of the defense. No one there, and D00ds capitalizes on the empty net.
They take so many shots, they get so many second chance opportunities, and they cash in here. Missed. Lets Joe Freshness play this ball. And now D00ds and Joe, who's going to get there first? It will be controlled by Birds and the Bees. Popped away by Ralph. Skills keeping one in front. He could not clear the ball away, and Hogster makes him pay for the poor clear.
And just too fast for the defense here. Look at the pass from Mist, and Skills gets the bad touch, which just pops the ball up. Hogster waits no time to capitalize upon that ball.
All right, Zuby, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
1 second comes off the clock. There it is. Ralph scored in Game 2 of their first series as Birds of the Bees increased their lead. It has now been over an hour of gameplay since Ralph has scored in the rival series.
An hour of gameplay?
Yes. Over 60 minutes now. It has not been the season that Ralph has expected, especially being a returner in the rival series, playing in the second season not too long ago, just a year ago. Ball to the side, RLCS, challenged by Joe. It will be Ralph to clear this away.
Oh, he needs this for his confidence.
RLCS will get there. Almost collided with Mist before the save, though. And if that ball had fallen in, you would have known it was Ralph.
Oh, look at RLCS.
Here's Hoxer. Joe Freshness in to make the save with the final 90 seconds coming up here in game number 1. It so far has been all Birds and the Bees as we expected.
Yeah, when you're playing the Birds and the Bees, you have to keep your head on the swivel in the defensive zone. They're going to be rotating through, looking for defenders to take out. You have to make sure that you avoid that, get out of the way without disrupting your defensive flow.
That challenge going the wrong way for the dudes. Missed with a big dunk, and Ralph at the back has to do what he's done all season, try to keep the dudes in the game. 50 seconds remain. RLCS, challenged by Ralph. Can't get past Mist, however. And Skills, all he can do is throw that in the general vicinity of the net, and RLCS is all over it. Hoxer taking his time. More seconds off the clock. Joe Freshness slow played that ball. RLCS did not, and as a result, it's 5-1.
They are just putting on a clinic right now. Birds and the Bees, all 3 members with 3 shots apiece. All 3 members getting on the board for goals. Every single one is contributing. This is a picture-perfect Rocket League team as far as this game is concerned.
That is a beautiful image on their scoreboard. 3 shots apiece, just a full team effort dominating in game 1. The dudes have a tall hill to climb. Looking to end their scoreless drought here at the end of game 1. Missed, throwing another one downfield. All Ralph can do is toss it to the side, and this game can't end soon enough for the dudes. It finally will, as Ralph makes one more save, and the Birds of the Bees, they're not content with just 5. One more for the road. No, Birds of the Bees will have to settle for only 5 goals in game 1.
Oh, terrible, terrible performance from Birds of the Bees.
Yeah, right, just amateur stuff.
No, but we saw some moments of greatness from the dudes, especially early on in the game, but the Birds and the Bees just started to warm up, got the flow of things, and just could not be stopped. They were a steamroller heading downhill, all momentum behind them. Right now for the dudes, there's a lot of things that I'd like to see different from them, but I think what they could work on right now is the spacing. So far, they are so spread apart that it's just so hard for them to challenge balls. A little touch from Birds and the Bees puts the ball in an open field, and no one from the dudes is there to challenge it.
Yeah, and for the dudes, Skills adding the only goal in that game, that's what we've come to expect from Skills and the dudes. He now has 12 of their 17 goals in now 15 games. It has been a rocky season for the dudes.
That math almost broke you. I saw it.
Almost broke me. Caster math, not my strong suit, but it does work out, and it doesn't work out to paint a good picture at all for the dudes, as now they go into game 2 having history against them so far this season, and a team that looks like they're on form.
Yeah, it was 10 shots to 5, so the dudes did have their opportunity, but I felt like all of the opportunity was in the beginning of the game. They need to make sure that they can carry on for a full 5 minutes of Rocket League. We're not playing halves here. The dudes got to change things up because the Birds and the Bees look super hot right now.
Lost in all of the talk about numbers, Mist is right there near the top of the league, just behind Shadow for what we would call the unofficial golden striker, maybe the silver striker here in the rival series. 1 goal per game exactly. Boy, oh boy, Hoxer hasn't had a series like this in a while.
Check out the angle on this shot. He goes off the backboard, flips upside down, and somehow puts the shot on target, far post, under the crossbar, Are you kidding me?
That is incredible stuff. They almost got one on the kickoff. They still might. It's Hoxer again, and Skills had to contend with Mist right in his face trying to get the bump. But they do not relent. They are a team, Birds of the Bees, that they might have heard some of the criticisms.
That play right there, you could see the spacing. Ralph wanted to pass the ball. Joe Freshness was all the way on the opposite wall, spread way too far apart. Tighten these things up. You'll be able to get those infield passes.
Mist will let that ball go by. There's Skills back to Joe, but the pass is behind him. And a missed opportunity. Ralph will try to keep the play alive, but Mist will find RLCS. And these passes have been pretty crisp from Birds of the Bees so far. Skills with a shot right there at Mist. Joe cannot center for Ralph. And back downfield come Birds and the Bees. A shot that's just wide from RLCS, but more zone time for BNB as Mist bounces one for RLCS. I don't think Roll was expecting that at all.
I don't think anyone was expecting that at all. That was beautiful double pinch off the ground. Nice demo to open things up. Skills goes up high. No one in net. Joe Freshness can't find the double tap. And again, the dudes turned away by the defense from Birds and Bees.
RLCS for Hoxer, well read by Skills, who's doing it all right now for the dudes, trying to keep them in this series. Great pass down to Hoxer. Joe's pre-jump perked out though, just barely, as he made a reflex save.
9 times out of 10, there's no way you're saving that, but he gets luck on his side, reads it beautifully. And now, the Birds and the Bees trying to find another goal, marching their way down the field. Offense just seems too easy to find for them in this match.
Missed, big drive. Skills has to come out and challenge RLCS. Great play set up by Mist, even better defense from Skills. But now they need to clear this ball. They need to get boosted up as well. Mist will take out Skills. That is trouble for the dudes. RLCS gonna set the table for Hoxer, but he will back off for a moment. Now he comes up. Another ball played to the back wall. Coming up on halftime, and it must have felt like for the dudes that this game's been going on for 4 minutes with how much defense they've had to play.
Yeah, and it must feel like the Birds and the Bees have some tarot cards or something, because they're just reading the future of the dudes. They know where every single pass is going. They're cutting off lanes beautifully, but now here come the dudes. Can they get a shot on net is the big question.
4 and 3, still in the cards for the dudes if they can win out the rest of the way here, and we know in Europe, that'll be good enough to make the top 2. Skills with a big save. Can't get downfield though. Hoxer another challenge on Joe. Joe needs to recover and start this play.
Oh, and look at that nice pop-up pass. Mist was already coming off the wall. Their comms are brilliant in this matchup.
RLCS not able to land as he would have wanted to on the wall. That opens an opportunity. Ralph can't catch up with the pass. Dude still on the attack. It's Skills for Joe, denied by Mist. Ralph will try. Needs to get the ball in front. He has, but RLCS is right there.
They're starting to break them down. That's what they need to do. Continue to open up the net with shots, open it up with those infield passes, and here comes Joe looking for a bump on the goalie, and the shot just off target from Ralph.
You got to dig deep into the bag of tricks if you want to pull off the upset. Mist to the backboard for himself. This will angle down. He took out Skills. Hoxer had backed off for just a moment. Had he committed, it might be 2-0. Mist will try again to center. Challenged by Joe. And now another clear from Skills, who's got to make a lot happen. He's found Ralph. That shot's wide. Follow up from Joe is saved as well.
They can do no wrong. They double commit on the play there, and somehow Mist flails in front of that ball to hold on to the 1-goal lead. But we're not done. 40 seconds still remain, and here come the dudes marching down the field.
Mist to send another one away. RLCS might have this play followed up. He does not. Ralph jumps the route, and now it's Skills for Ralph, and that almost ended the scoring drought, but he's denied by Old Ironsides. The corner of the goal frame comes up clutch for Birds and the Bees. 15 seconds. Mist circling around in his own net. It'll be RLCS who plays the ball forward. Hoxer is there off the deflection. And now Joe and Skills double commit, trying to get this ball downfield. There's going to be no time left. And they have to go the length of the field, which they will not. And the dudes put up a much stronger defensive effort, but are still held scoreless, and now they are one win away from Birds of the Beez from being swept.
But only outshot by 1 shot this game. Much better showing from the dudes, and the scoreline even shows that. Saves pretty equal. Only difference is obviously the goals, but match 3, I really think the dudes have an opportunity to take it, especially what we saw in this game. They were tightening things up, but we saw a few instances where the Birds and the Beez just know what the dudes are doing. They can read it all the way across the field.
And it's not like the dudes have been blown out in many of the games that they've played. They're only allowing just under 2 goals per game coming in. So game 1, very much an outlier there. So now they have to recover. They got blown out in game 1. Much more spirited effort in game 2. They need W's, though. How do they pull that off?
Well, we talked about it earlier after game 1, and for me, that's just tightening up the field of play, and we're starting to see moments of hesitation from the dudes where it's like that split second, like, should I go? And then, yeah, I'm going to go. No, get that out of your head. You've got to go now, because the Birds and the Beez are one of the fastest teams you're going to face. They're already in the air when you're thinking, am I going? Yeah, I'll go. And then you're getting dunked, and it's going to lead to a goal or something crazy.
We're seeing one team finish an undefeated season over in Europe, Veloce eSports, punching their ticket into the promotion tournament. Birds and the Beez could go 6-0 by the end of this week. They are so close to number 5 here. Hoxer to center. It's set away by Ralph. Say what you want about Ralph's offense. His defense has been on point. It's one of the biggest reasons that they don't give up a ton of goals.
Yeah,
you can't win if you don't score.
Just at about 1.6 saves a game, so he's definitely the defensive wall for the dudes. But I want to see some offensive production. I want to see some more assists. I want to see especially a goal. It's going to do so much for his confidence.
Joe Freshness set away by Mist. Ralph was on the weak side as well, but the ball never got there. Now Skills towards Joe. Ralph has to make the save on Hoxer, and he does. And Skills will watch this ball go by. Ralph can't recover in time, and RLCS scores as that ball is just whipping around back and forth.
Yeah, you called it, just too fast. And look, it going left to right, then right back to center. RLCS is already in the air, and Ralph just watches that ball go over his head into the net. And once again, Birds and the Beez scoring the first goal in this series.
And now the kickoff does go the way of the dudes. A chance to tie this game up very quickly. Joe Freshness lobbing one in. Ralph thought about coming up. Now he will. There's that hesitation. Sometimes it works out. A lot of times it does not for the dudes. RLCS is going to have this ball all the way downfield. And that's going to leave Ralph to deal with it, which he does. Quickly off the side, but right at Mist. Should be cleared away. And it is by RLCS. Hanging in there, taking the hit.
Yeah, we were talking about it. That split-second decision-making means all the difference. Look at the flick from Hoxer, just missing the upper 90, but RLCS continuing the offense, battering that left corner of the dudes.
It is Hoxer throwing another one downfield after a couple of demos. One aside. Missed. Backboard. Hoxer's there.
Shut up.
Dropped it down. Hoxer's the human highlight reel tonight.
Oh my goodness, Stacks. I don't even care. Look at him pre-read this. He's up in the air, gets it over 2 defenders, and just softly caresses that ball into the net.
RLCS was sitting in midfield. I thought for sure that's who the pass was intended for. Hoxer calls him off and says, yo, I got this. 2-0 to Birds and the Beez.
400 IQ. I don't even know if that's possible, but it's possible in this game.
It is Skills trying to center for Joe. Now Ralph, he'll have a look. Shots wide. Hoxer avoiding Skills and clearing the ball over to RLCS so he could get it downfield.
But we saw a great idea there. You saw someone going in that fullback position trying to take out the goalie. Does he have it again? No, but Mist is there for the cleanup. 3-0 for Birds and the Beez.
Boy, if Hoxer scored this one, just call it off. But Mist is right there. That is a tough ball to read. Water falling down in front. Mist is there. His second of the series. And again, you look at the stat line for Birds and the Beez in this series, and there's a lot of goal participation in there. Only 1 or 2 unassisted goals. They both belong to Hoxer. Go figure. Joe Knocked out of the play by Mist. Everybody going this way and that way. And finally, Joe Freshness bombs the ball downfield. Hoxer almost put it into his own net, but that's how confident he's feeling. He can do no wrong tonight.
Did you see that? That's a great show of defense there. He puts that ball up to his own backboard, and then he's able to catch it and put it into the corner. Just good showing of ball control. And that's an open net.
It is open, but Joe's able to get back just a little slow. We're Birds and the Bees trying to get their 4th goal as they look to close out the dudes. Skills. He's over RLCS, but missed there for the stop. Joe for Skills. Now it's backed out in front off of Hoxer. Ralph is up there, but so is RLCS.
So far, Birds and the Bees have only allowed 1 goal in the entire series. About 2 minutes and 25 seconds in game number 1. And after that, nothing allowed for the dudes.
Missed all the way downfield. RLCS chasing. He'll turn off as Ralph will have it to the corner. Pop up for Skills, but Hoxer takes instead. Hoxer looking for a demo on Skills, and he missed him. Back the other way comes Joe. That comes out low off the wall, and he can't get the shot off. Ralph does, but RLCS saves.
And look at the clears. RLCS continues to find teammates to just put the ball towards, and then that teammate finds an opening in the defense, and they're able to get their offense rolling once again. A minute left. The dudes have a ton of work. The 3-goal deficit, one of the hardest things in Rocket League to come back from.
Ralph looking to cut into it if he can find Skills. He does. Joe Freshness out of the corner. Ralph is there to end the drought, and he has not. RLCS goes all the way downfield. Open net, and Hoxer slams it home.
Why not? Put another one to his name.
Yeah, how many now? I believe
5.
It's 5 for Hoxer, leading the team, leading all scorers in this series, and well-deserved as well. He has been everywhere. Mist and RLCS have wanted him to be, and with 35 seconds remaining, it is all over but the crying. In game 3, RLCS adds another.
Oh my goodness, this team is just looking hotter and hotter the more they play, and I feel so sorry for the team that they're facing later on today.
Yeah, the team they are facing later today is upper 90, and the reports are, at least if Twitter is to believe, that a couple of those players are a little under the weather. Ball downfield is sent away by RLCS. Now Mist, just killing off this final 20 seconds. And now for Birds and the Bees, they're going to go to 5-0. And they will have
No, that's the score line, Stacks. It's 5-0 right now.
Yeah, that's also the standings.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was confused.
They are that good.
Wow.
And they are looking to go 6-0. If they do, beat upper 90 later on tonight, they will clinch one of the 2 spots in the North American Promotion Tournament. But this, you want to show somebody how to play high-level Rocket League, this is a clinic put on by Birds and the Bees.